You know, I never did find a way to change how the transition happens. I have a new software because the other one stopped working. I think I said that last time, but anyway, hello. Welcome back to another stream, another video. You might recognize the fact that all of my hair is basically gone. My head is so cold this week, as it turns out. Very uncomfortable, but we're getting through it day by day, I suppose. I wrote a song called that one day, a long time ago. But anyway, today I am taking a recommendation from my friend from last stream, saying that he would really like to see 30-second notes and other forms of polyrhythms in the drum sequencer that I have coded into my video game. So I figured out a way to do that. I haven't implemented it yet. I figured I would show you in this video to give you a sense of how it all works and how I can do pretty much anything that I want and can think of. So if you have any recommendations either today during the stream or during watching this video when I go to put it on YouTube, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Genuinely, I think that is so cool that we have the opportunity to connect through little shiny rocks and all of the things that we do with them. As far as updates go, don't really have many for you. I just posted something on my Patreon to give people an idea of what to expect going forward, so I would highly recommend checking that out. The link is now on the screen here. Let me know if you can read it. I don't know what your viewing situation is, so I can't tell. But I would love to know. So I guess comment, whatever the case is. Let me know if you want. You don't have to at the same time. My friend says, can read it, and you should be able to see the chat on the screen as well. I finally fixed that today as well. Cool. Well, thank you. And thank you for being here. I'm very excited to get into what we have today. Okay. So, in that case, might as well get started. See what ends up coming out of this whole situation. I have to hit the right button. My friend says timing worked out perfectly for me. Yeah, that's actually really good. I figure 9 p.m. on a Friday. It works for me at least. It's like the tail end of one of my weekend, I suppose. The other one I use for work. Which I guess makes it not a weekend. I don't know. But the tail end of my weekend, great opportunity. I'm well rested. I'm good to go to show you exactly what I've got going on. So let me go ahead and hit this little button here. You'll be able to see your chats coming up in the bottom right corner of the screen. I set that up too as well so that I could see you and that other people can see you too if you wanted to contribute. Don't mind all of the errors down here on the screen. I'm not sure. Can you see my mouse? It's not giving me feedback over there. Maybe I can do something about that because that's going to be super important. Let's see here. Show cursor. Yeah, it does say that. So, and then we have me. Okay. All right. Well, anyway. Should be over there somewhere, hopefully. Okay, so today we're going to be taking my video game and adding infinite rhythmic variations to it. Because I came up with a system that is streamlined and expansive. My friend says I don't see the cursor. That is very unfortunate. I'm actually not sure how to change that. Okay. I guess I just toggle it on and off. There you go. That worked as far as I could tell. So thanks for the feedback. Cool. Well, anyway, I was saying we have some error codes down here. It just doesn't know what I'm doing right now. That's why it thinks that there are errors. Those things get replaced when the game actually functions. So you don't have to worry about that. I hope it doesn't stress you out. Okay, well, why don't I show you then? Make sure this works. I'll show you what the game is like as it stands. I haven't changed anything from last time, so it'll be pretty straightforward. We'll go ahead and run it. and make sure I can still hear myself, because I remember last time I was talking a little too loud, kind of peaking the mic, so I want to try to avoid that this time. But yeah, here we go. My video game. You should be able to hear it. I'm getting some visual confirmation here that it is streaming. Okay, let's just get into the game. Quick start. I still haven't put clothes on the character, and I forgot that I set it up to try to crash it earlier. So that's why it was absolutely ridiculous just now. I defeated 7 enemies, though. That's very impressive. All right, well, first off, let's change that. The game didn't crash even then, so that's really good. All right, enemy spawn, create. We don't want 150. That is absolutely wild. Let's do 2, and actually we'll do 1, and then we'll put 2 over here. Okay. Let's try that again. That was ridiculous. Okay, quick start. And now we can try to play the game. So you can hear the drums and a synth going on in the background. That is the AI musician that I've been developing. As soon as I add another weapon, it's like I'm adding another instrument. So what it'll do is start playing arpeggiations with another synthesizer. And the performance of that sound coincides with the fire rate of the weapon. So if we increase that to 8th notes, now it's firing twice as fast. So right now the drums are quantized to 16th notes, so they're not, they can't do fancy things like triplets and 30-second notes and polyrhythms and stuff like that. I mean, kind of they can, but they're very limited by the way it's coded currently. But we're going to change that tonight so that you can have, like, I don't know, you could, well, fair enough, I lost. Excess vibes 69. Nice. I got 125 enemies defeated that round, so that was pretty good. But we're going to make it so that you can do like quarter note triplets if you wanted to do. You could do like freaking 16th quintuplets at that point if there's enough frames for it, like if it can go fast enough. That's going to be the fun part, is like actually checking to make sure it can do the thing. But we don't want enemies, we want music. So in o'clock, in our clock object, which basically makes the whole thing work, what we're going to do is actually take, do we want to do it that way? We're going to have this spawn the drum object, and then see how that goes if we wanted to do it that way. I think probably another way to do it is going to be, because we want O drums, we want in the create event, we have 2 new variables that we're going to use. We're going to use rhythm rep and rhythm div. To be able to expand this system infinitely. Because right now we have arrays of 16 values, which are 0s or 1s, which basically say on the first, like for this one, for example, if you can read that, it says on the first 16th note, there's a 1, so play at that, and then the rest are 0s. So for the other 16th notes, you don't do anything. The first thought I had when I was like, okay, let me try to add 30-second notes and other stuff, was like, well, if I quantize to 30-second notes, I'm going to have to double the length of the arrays. So each one of these is going to have to be 32 values. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. That is ridiculous. That's way too much. Let's try to keep it simple And by keeping it simple, I made it more complicated, but only on my side. If you want to make a song for this game, you totally can. Nobody has said that they'd be interested in doing it yet, so I haven't made a tutorial. But if you want to, I can do that. And then you can send me your song and I can throw it in here and then you can take a listen. We can show off your really cool composition skills. Okay, so this is how we do the 16th note stuff. We're also going to add up here rhythm div equals, I don't know, we're just going to go with 0. And rhythm rep equals 0 as well. So those are going to be for a rhythm div is basically sets the type of beat division. So like, for example, if we wanted triplets, we would set rhythm div to 3. And then we would go from there. Rhythm rep sets the sets how many times that division is played. So like if you wanted, I don't know, quarter note triplets and you wanted to play 3 of them, rhythm div would be 3, rhythm rep would be 2? No, 3. Depending on how I code that other part. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Okay, so all of this actually can stay exactly the same, and all future arrays or beat patterns, like you would have in like FL Studio, for example, are going to be more than binary. They're going to have 2 and 3 as well for this first round of editing. Okay, so now we have in our step event, this is where stuff happens, basically. The draw GUI doesn't do anything. That's the graphical user interface, so it doesn't actually draw itself right now, but we can put it up there. Okay, so currently on the global downbeat, it updates which pattern it's using. That's pretty much it. That's what it does. On the 16th note, that's when it actually does something. It increments through the array, and it decides whether it's going to play or not. This is what we're going to have to replace. We're going to start with the kick drum right here. So kick index is going to stay the same. That doesn't have to change. This also can stay the same. But whether we play kick and how we determine that is going to change. So this right here is what we need to update. Update to switch case. So now play kick is going to equal what we have in this kick pattern array. So instead of if true, because 0 and 1 is true and false or false and true, I can never remember the order. I think 0 is false. But anyway, if it's a 2, we'll have to do something else because 1 and 0, it's not going to work the same way anymore. So we can do that here. We can basically copy the logic over here for the snare. And we can do the same thing for the hi-hat. Now, currently, I don't have anything for the crash. I also don't have other samples. You know, you can't change you can't even change the velocity of the kick, which I think is fine for where it is right now. I'm not worried about that. But this is what we're going to be updating. So everything else can actually stay the same. It doesn't have to change whatsoever. We just have those, and then we create a switch case. So, for example, if I wanted to do, how do I explain this? So I want to make sure that we got a good sense of how all of this works real quick. So right now, on the 16th note, it decides whether it's going to play or not. In order to do more than that, in order to do like 30-second notes or any sort of variation from there, what we're going to do instead is create more cases. where, for example, I'll write it out here. So the first case is going to be 0, don't play anything. Oh, down here. 1 is going to be, not Q, 1 is going to play once. 2 is going to be play twice. And 3 is going to be play the second half. And that's how we can get every variation of 16th and 32nd notes. So we're going to have var kick name equals asset get index kick 1 audio play sound kick name 100 false. We're going to have that basically at the tail end of each one of these. So if play kick, well, we actually have to change that now. So play kick is equal to all of that. So now we have to change the if statement. I'm going to leave that there. So now it's going to be a switch case. So switch, I think you use, where is it? Play kick. Let's see. See if I can remember how to do switch cases real quick. Let me just look it up. So switch, okay, so I got it here. So switch, we do parentheses. I'm just looking at the game manual real quick, make sure I type it right. Switch play kick, we have the opening brackets case. In the case that it is actually just 0, right? We do that. We do break. It does nothing. In the case that it is 1, that's when we have this play once. So we'll copy this over so we don't lose it. Tab this out, make it all align. The case that it is 1, just play the thing. So now, if I were to clean this up a bit, it would work perfectly fine, just as it would otherwise. So case 0, don't play anything. We got that. Case 1, we play once. Now, to get to case 2, we actually have to do something a little fancy. So case 2 is going to be, we play twice. So we play this right here. So we want to repeat that, throw that in. And then from there, we also want to create a new thing. So we're going to create an alarm. Alarm 0 is going to be the kick trigger. And for this, we're actually just going to paste this in here for now. We're not going to need to do anything else with this just yet, but we'll get back to it. We'll do some more. So we have break over here after that. Well, case 2, we have to do alarm set 0, comma. Now this is where we do the fancy code stuff. So I'm actually going to create a temporary variable called delay. We'll have that equal to global dot, I don't know, measure length divided by 32. Now we're going to want that to be around numbers. So we're going to go down to floor of that global measure length divided by 32. So that's going to round it down, which I think is what we want. It's either floor or seal. I haven't. We'll figure it out once we get into the that whole situation. So delay. There we go. And then break. In the case that it is 3, that's when we have just this right here. where it's just on the second half of it. So if we paste that in and then break, we can get rid of this now because we don't need that anywhere. And if I have done this correctly, if we go ahead and get back into the game, 1, it won't crash, which would be good. And 2, well, we won't actually be able to tell if anything else works because I haven't put it in the song yet. So it's not using case 2 or 3 yet. It's still case 0 and 1. So let's go ahead and try to run it, see if it works. And if it does, that's actually really good. Then we did something right. Okay. We're back in the game. Quick start. Let's see. Okay. Game's still going. Hasn't crashed. The kick is working as I expected. There it goes, changing its pattern. Okay. Nice. This game's just fun to play too. I'm really excited to see what it ends up looking like. I hope I can convince somebody to collaborate with me on making it look good, because it looks functional now. You know, it actually has a look, which is better than it did when it first started. Yeah, we'll just do that one. Let's make sure that this still works at higher tempos, because I remember my friend was like a little concerned that it wouldn't, so let's just make it faster. Yeah. No, I think it works, actually. I think that is perfectly fine. Nope, I died. Yeah, that's an unfortunate consequence of having that coded that particular way. I guess I could go into the enemy AI and update it on the step event so that it slows down when the tempo is slower, because if it doesn't, then they just overwhelm you as soon as you adjust the tempo to be slower. So put a pin in that. We'll get back to it. But yeah, it does work. So now all we have to do is go into our create event here in ODrums, and we're going to add more variations here. Whoops, I forgot that was there. Put a comma there, enter, we'll do another space. We're going to do 1, 0, no, that's an O, not a 0. 0, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. And this one will be number 12. Test switch case. All right, now this number 12 is going to sound absolutely ridiculous if it works. So let's go ahead and open up our scripts. We'll go down to songs. We'll do song 0. We could do song test, I guess. That would be pretty crazy because that was the one with all diminished chords in the first verse. So let me just change all of this to 12. And we will very quickly know if it works because it's going to sound chaotic. And if it does work, it won't crash. That's the best way to put it. All right, here we go. All right, quick start. Let's see if it doesn't crash. Oh yeah, because I haven't changed the song that it's playing. Okay, I got to go over to o'clock. Song, global song equals 0. Where did I put that? Oh, I think I put it all the way over here. Global song equals 1 is what it should be. Because that is in the begin step after the initial code with a switch case for case 1 is song test. Okay. All right, so now it should sound ridiculous when we go to play it. And it shouldn't break. Yeah, now all of a sudden it sounds like a metal song. And it goes back to its normal thing. I'm gonna try to survive so that we can hear the first verse again. We'll see how well that goes. There's so many enemies. It ramps up so quickly. There we go. Now I should be fine. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it sounds so foreboding. But yeah, it works already. Less than half an hour. I added 30-second notes and just rhythmic variations like that. So I had an idea to make the language of it a little more straightforward. Now, I want to consider whether, how I want to do it. So what we can do is just work off of the global measure length. Because if we take that and do some math to divide it by certain amounts, then we only need one variable. And that variable automatically updates itself already anyway. So it would just be a matter of knowing what number to put in the field. I kind of like that idea. It does keep it simple. It makes the numbers a little strange, but it definitely makes it possible at least. Because what we can do from there is actually expand what we're doing with like rhythm divisions and repetitions. So now that one is going to be, we'll have to set it there. Right now what we have is actually pretty straightforward. I'm looking at my notes, trying to make sure I'm getting everything right. But yeah, that part's pretty straightforward, what we have so far. If we want to expand it even more, this is what we have to do. So we go into the step event. We go into our switch case right here. And we can add however many variations we want to add. Like it can be pretty much infinite, so long as I want to keep working on it. That's pretty much the limitation, is when am I going to get bored? But for example, what we did here was we found the length of a 30-second note. And I can go back in and show you what happens at higher rhythms currently. Because right now, this right here actually just, it works. Even at the highest, the highest tempo that is possible in the game. But when we get into things like quintuplets at high values, it might not always work because there might not be enough frames to be able to do that. So I'm going to worry about that, I think, maybe off the stream. But for now, I want to show how we can add triplets. So we're going to add another case. This case is going to be case 4. My friend says to everyone reading this, "You are beautiful and deserve happiness." Very true and very kind. It's always good to have a reminder of that one. So thank you for sharing. All right, so if we want this delay here to be like quarter note triplets, then what we need is floor of the global dot measure length divided by, if we have triplets on quarter notes, then there are 4 quarter notes. So we actually need it to be divided by 12. In case 4, what we want to do is, let's call case 1, actually, we'll do it like this. Play nothing. Play 16ths. Just the 16th. Play 2 30-second. Play second 30-second. And now for case 4, I want to do play 3 quarter triplets. Now, there is a funny thing that I realized with the system, and that is that you can actually have, well, actually, no, that would be weird. That would be even weirder. You can have your data like overwrite itself and mess it up if you compose it wrong. So we have to be very intentional with how we set that up. But for now, we're just going to do 3 quarter triplets, and I'll throw it in, and we'll take a listen to what it sounds like. So for case 4, our delay is going to be the floor of that. We want to start off with, and I can clean this up later. I'm going to make it more efficient, and just more flexible too. But we're going to start off with playing on the first beat. So we get 1, and then we have a delay of the floor, the global dot measure length divided by 12. Now, what we can do is twofold. 1, we can sit here and we can put in, I want to, well, actually, no, actually, that doesn't work according to the way Game Maker actually functions. So never mind. There's only one way that I've thought to do it. I thought that there might have been another one. There probably is, but the one that I thought of is not actually how it works. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go back to our rhythm div and our rhythm rep right here. So rhythm div, I'm not actually using right now, which I guess I will have to get to, but rhythm rep, we want to do rhythm rep. We want to repeat this 2 more times. So we're going to set rhythm rep to 2, and then we're going to set the alarm. Okay. Which sets our delay. Now the delay might have to be actually, let's put it this way. Let's go ahead and use that other variable. So rhythm div is going to be 12. We're trying to do quarter note triplets. So it's going to be divided by rhythm div. Rhythm rep equals 2, alarm set, delay, and then we're going to go ahead and break at that point. So that'll be case 4. So when we go into, we have to go back into the alarm 0 to use these new variables here. So we're going to do, in the beginning, we're going to just kick it off first. Which I guess actually we want to do this, set this to 1. No, that's, of course. Still haven't figured out how to fix that. rhythm rep 1, and I'm actually going to cut that out and put it after this. Because what we have basically is our division that we're using is 12 for quarter note triplets. We're playing on the first beat in case 4. We're delaying the second one by the rhythm div relative to the measure length. And then we also want another one, so we have one more rhythm rep after that. So when we go back here, what we want to do is if rhythm rep is greater than 0, we're going to go ahead and alarm set 0, comma, global. Yeah, we'll have to do the redefine. Actually, here, let's do this. We'll set this up, put something there. Var delay again is equal to floor of global dot measure length divided by rhythm div alarm set 0 delay, and then we also want to add rhythm rep increment downward. Otherwise, it'll just go on forever at that point. My friend says, hello, how are you? Hello. I'm doing pretty good, actually. I am so excited that this hasn't crashed my game yet. So I'm very much looking forward to that. My other friend says, I need to drive now, so I got to leave the stream since it won't work. Yeah, fair enough. Drive safe. I hope that goes well. I have just set up over here in our step event, instead of quantizing my drum sequencer to 16th notes, I've just expanded it to be able to accommodate any division of the measure length. If like virtually infinitely, but it is limited by how many frames happen in the actual game. So basically with longer measure length, you have more rhythmic variations that you can do. My friend also says, that's exciting. This is the first stream I've caught since the Gravity of Gravity stream. Been a while then, huh? Well, welcome back. I'm glad to have you here. Really excited to share this with you. Okay, so I have set up on case 0, nothing happens. Case 1, we play 16th. Case 2, we play 2 30 seconds. Case 3, we play the second of the 30 seconds. And then in case 4, we're going to play 3 quarter note triplets, which I just set up, but I haven't tested. So what we're going to do is go back to our array here, and we're going to change it so that at the end, instead of all this other nonsense, we have our case that we're testing, case 4. So we're going to change this last one here to 4. Now, we have the other things. We've tested them. It sounds ridiculous because I changed everything to diminished chords in the first verse. I'm going to leave it like that because I don't feel like changing it. But if anyone out there has a chord progression they want to listen to, go ahead and send it in chat. I'll make it happen. It's currently set to 0, the root being D. So I guess try to write it in D and some variation of that if you want. But you don't have to. I can make it whatever. So many different options here. But now what we are going to hear is going to be like a metal track, basically in the kick pedal until we get to the last beat, the last quarter note of the measure, where we'll have hopefully quarter note triplets. And also hopefully the game doesn't crash. So let's see how that goes. Okay, we're back in the game. We can hear it. We go to quick start, and then it'll immediately kick off. And yes, I haven't put close in yet. It worked. Do you hear that? So now we've taken the 16th note sequencer and expanded it not only to 30 seconds, but also to pretty much any division that we want. And now we have triplets. And I'll try to survive the game to get us back to the first verse so we can hear it again. Let me know if the level's good. I tried my best with that. And then I'll show you something that's going to be an absolute mess. Once we get up to higher tempos, because like the game doesn't crash at that point, but the rhythms aren't going to work the way they're supposed to. Okay, here we go. Oh no. Yep, all diminished chords. There's so many of them. Okay, cool. Awesome. So we have triplets now, quarter note triplets. And we also have some more comments too. My friend says maybe turn music up slightly. Hard to clearly hear those divided rhythms. Hi, by the way. Hello. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll just turn this up a little bit and then I'll give it another try. My friend says, well, we have quite the chord progression there. Let's see where we want to put it. I'm guessing that's 4 with a major 7. I'm not sure what the M is supposed to be for, if the 4 is lowercase. I'm guessing that's, yeah, you'll have to give me some more clarity on that one, but let's go ahead to song test and we'll check it out. So if we have our root, like, yeah, why not? We'll do a little tutorial on how to write for this. So basically the scale is based on D. It goes by half step all the way up to C sharp and then repeats again in some cases, but the root is equal to its position. So 0 is D, 1 is D sharp, 2 is E, and so on. The quality is based on an array that I've created. Right now, the quality number 2 is diminished. Our options for our different sections are in the o'clock. Quite a progression, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could do that too. It's just translating it is the weird part. Okay, so we have right now, and I can add more too if you want. But the qualities for the chords that we have are major, minor, diminished, dominant 7, major 7, and minor 7. That's what we're working with right now. I don't have half diminished just yet, but I can add that if you want. I can just do that real quick. The intervals for half diminished are going to be the root, the minor third, the diminished, the tritone basically, and then the minor diminished 7th, which is going to be actually, is that 6? So we have 0, 3, 6 at the beginning, and then above that is going to be 9 actually, because 10 is the 7, 9 is the diminished 7, the fully diminished, and then we can change for the next one. We can do 0, 3, 6, and 10. So there we have our fully diminished. Oh, that's not the button I need to press. I need to go over here, and then we're going to do half diminished. Okay, so now those are options. Yeah, now those are options. And I just, I haven't seen Roman numeral analysis in a while. I bring it up to my students every now and then, but most people are like, I don't need to learn that. And I'm like, yeah, you don't. But we have 8 measures per section, and I can just repeat stuff too. So if you wanted to do major chords as well, major is super easy. I'm gonna have to close that out. We'll leave that there. This is our testing song. So let's close the O drums for now. We'll get back to testing that in a little bit. And then here's what we can do. We can use this array to put this together. So if we have, I don't know, I'll add some variation to that. So we'll do 2 and we'll make it major. Let's start with, I'll do a variation of that. We'll do 0, 0, 2, 0. We'll keep the kick pattern as it is just because it sounds ridiculous. We'll have 5, which is 7. That'll be, we'll go with major for that as well. And then we'll do 1 again, which is going to be major. So all of those are major. We'll just make up something for the next part. Let's do major 7, which is 4 on 1. Then we'll go to 2, but we'll unnecessarily make it a half diminished, which is 8. We'll bring it back to, I don't know, what would sound ridiculous? 5 again. 5, but this time we'll make it a dominant, and then we'll follow that up with just what I had before, diminished on 11. Okay, so that a bit of a variation of what you wrote there. Putting Roman numeral analysis in a Twitch chat is a little tricky, I think. But we've got our kick pattern. We've got a bit of a alternating pattern there. I've turned it up, so we should be able to hear it a little better. So let me go ahead and play that for you. Hopefully it doesn't crash. It hasn't crashed yet. Okay. How's the audio? Does it sound good? We can turn it up a little more too. Well, the intro is not as loud as the song, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Have to wait to cycle back to the first verse so you can hear it. I haven't changed the rest of it. Here goes the chorus. You should help me stay alive. There we go. All right, let's listen. Nice. Okay, hopefully you heard the kick there a little better. I know it's telling me we got from 6 viewers to 2 viewers as I was trying to explain how to compose for the piece, for the instrument, the AI musician. But yeah, we have quarter note triplets now. We have made that a thing, which is very exciting. Okay, so what do we do now is the question. I guess we could keep going. If we pull up the O drums object again, we can create some new rhythmic patterns and variations. We can even do that. We could take the switch case system and copy it over to the snare and the hi-hat as well, so that we can expand what's happening with those too, and create some very complex and nuanced rhythms, polyrhythms, all sorts of stuff. Whatever you wanna have in the thing. All of it is possible with this new system that I created in response to my friend saying, hey, can you do 30 seconds? I'm like, oh, okay. Not only can I do 30 seconds without expanding the rhythm arrays, I can do any other value that you want. Now, in between now and the next time I stream, I think I'm going to try to stream every Friday. We're going to take a look at this game on Fridays, see where it is, where it's going, try to get some feedback from everyone, put together something really fun, I think. But what I'm going to do is clean this up a bit, expand it a little more, make sure the kick and the snare and the hi-hat all get the rhythmic variations. I might simplify everything. We'll see how much work I want to put into it, but I'm definitely going to have a lot of stuff for us as we go along. But hopefully, I know maybe one person maybe two people were here for the whole time. I'm not sure, but if you're watching this later on, which I imagine a lot of people are going to, I really appreciate you being here for this little journey of mine. I have never had any coding courses or anything like that. I've just been reading the manual for the platform and following some tutorials on a couple other games. I did like a asteroids game, and then the foundation of like a farming sim, and then I also did the beginning of an RPG. I didn't get too far in either of those because there was an update and the file wasn't compatible anymore, and I didn't know how to fix it. So that ended up disappearing with my old computer. But here we are with a whole new project. I've got a lot of things planned for us, and I'm excited to share it with you. My friend says, thank you for sharing the whole process. It looks great so far. Thank you for saying so and for sharing it with me, because I love doing all of this, but I also love showing people and collaborating. My main job, my main source of income is running games of D&D and doing all of this stuff with you. So I definitely I don't like doing things in isolation. I prefer sharing this kind of stuff with you. And with the news about Nintendo trying to patent summoning mechanics and just attacking people with ideas that should be in the public domain, in my opinion, I figure what better way to rebel against that entire ideology than to show you the very code with this unique thing that I'm developing, and invite you to join with me in creating something really cool. So I guess that's my response. Weird to try to do that kind of thing, and fun to do this kind of thing. So I appreciate you being here as well. And if you happen to want to support my whole journey here, because I don't think I'm going to get into anything else quite yet today. I think that was actually a pretty good, laying the foundation for everything that we want here. If there's anything that you want to add, anything you'd like to see in the game, in the AI musician that I'm developing, just let me know. You can either comment in the chat or send me a message on Discord. If I go over here to my face, you can see my link, patreon.com/Darian Thomas. I've got a link there for free members. All you have to do is sign up for free, and you can join the Discord and send me messages directly if you want. That sounds perfectly fine. I would love to talk with you. You can go there. There's a lot of other stuff. I just released an update on that platform for all the cool stuff that I have coming up and all the stuff I'm going to share with you. So if you want to get a sense of what else I'm doing to share a moment with you, that's a great place to check it out. Otherwise, this is going to be on YouTube, so you can comment there as well. If you follow me there, you'll get random things. Like I said on my Patreon, I've got a few other projects coming up too that I've been developing this past month. So, I think maybe at least take a break I could show you this other thing that I made if you really feel like hanging out. I've got another thing that would be absolutely crazy to share with you. It is not this game, but if you're interested, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to take a quick break to use the bathroom, I suppose. And then I'll be right back. We'll check in, and then I'll say goodbye if we want to go ahead and end it there. An hour is pretty good. I don't know. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Anyway, I was just saying that didn't take as long as I was thinking. Of course, I forgot to unmute myself. But anyway, I also have another thing that I've been doing, which I can show off here as well, probably on a different day. If you all wanted to hang out with me more, I could try streaming on maybe a Sunday would be good. But the other thing that I started working on and would love to work on with my friends, because I know I got a couple here who might be interested in experiencing this whole thing with me, is I've been working on a Minecraft map, which is like a series of trials and challenges to just be fun. It ends with like a whole class system that I've developed and like combat encounter in an arena kind of thing. I put a lot of time into it. It's actually really fun. I don't know how to share it. So if anyone wants to check that out with me, I can do it on a stream, probably on a Sunday, like I was saying. I don't know if you heard that or not because Mike muted, but yeah, I could do that as well and show you how that's gone. But in the meantime, I think I'm gonna head out and go eat because I did not plan my eating very well today and I'm really hungry, I noticed. Okay. My friend says that sounds fun. Definitely stream worthy. I might actually, we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that. Check back here again, 9 p.m. on Sunday. If I don't reach out to you, I'm going to try to stream that whole thing then. But in the meantime, I don't know really how to share it with people. So if you have any advice on that, definitely send me a message. Otherwise, I'll just show people what I made on a stream. And we'll go from there. But cool. I guess I'll head out at that point. Thank you again for being here and for supporting my existence and for acknowledging it with every moment that we get to share together. And thank you for existing. I hope you have a wonderful night as well. I look forward to the next time we get to hang out. In the meantime, I hope life treats you well. And I'll see you soon.